Welcome to Hypno Life with Dr. William Deihl and Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
We're on the air. This is Hypno Life. I'm
Good
Dr.
morning.
William Deihl.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you too. This is we're from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center. You can reach us at 602-314-1907.
We're at dochypnosis.com, and you're listening to us on 1100 KFNX, the Pulse of Arizona.
I want to start off today with a question.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. When did you first learn that keeping people happy was safe than being honest? Safer
Safer,
than
yes.
being honest.
Yes, if you didn't guess already, our topic today is people pleasing, and that's a very good question. When did you first learn that keeping people happy was safer than being honest?
That's wow. That makes you go back in time.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of people don't even know what people pleasing is. So you want to share what?
Yeah, we can define that. I mean, I can look for the official definition, or I can just go off the cuff, and I think I'll just go off the cuff, right? I think most people, when they think of people pleasing, they think of it as, saying yes to everything, and that is one aspect of it. But I think to distill it down a little bit further, it's when you are willing to give away more of yourself than what you might need to make other people happy.
And that was off the cuff, but that was spot on.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Some people, actually, let's see, let's give some things or some ways people might hear people pleasing.
Oh, sure.
I don't want to be a burden.
Oh, gosh, yes.
You're not speaking up for yourself.
Yeah, here's a passive-aggressive one, right? I'll just do it myself. That might have happened this morning.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Freaking insecure, neurotic, and emotional. That's what,
yes.
But I usually use a cuss word at the very first part.
Yeah,
but it's fine. It's freaking insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Yes. And that's basically his way of saying what's really going on, right? Just
really?
saying
Don't
you're
give
fine.
up my secrets.
Yeah, just saying you're fine is probably not the whole truth.
I don't want to make them mad.
Yeah. Well, that one too, I mean, we'll get into it as well. We'll get into some childhood adaptation, which kind of answers some of that first question that we threw out there, right?
That's
Like,
a good
when
one.
did you first, learn that it wasn't safe to, express what you needed? But yeah, they need me. That's another one people say a lot.
I can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle it. Or I'm the one. Boy, that I hear this one a lot with our clients as well. Like, I'm the one the family relies on, or I'm the only one, that takes care of it, that will show up, that will make sure everybody's okay, and that's a very important role in your family. But you also have to understand that your needs and your desires are just as important, and it's okay to not do it. Sometimes people need to grow and learn on their own. And by taking over that role for them, they're unable to grow.
The other one that a lot of people fall into, a lot of clients, after talking to them and everything else, they'll say to themselves, I'll say no next time. Mm-hmm. And it's not really just saying no, it's actually taking time to respect themselves.
Yes, that also ties into the topic we were discussing over breakfast. I recently wrote a blog on the Soul Ecotherapy website, and it just talks about, am I loved for who I am or for what I do? And that's very important because I think it's easy when you are somebody who cares. And again, there's nothing wrong with being a caring person. So especially if you're a sweet, people-pleasing type of person, you might go, oh, and now I'm awful for doing that. It's like, no. That's not what we're trying to say. We're just trying to encourage you to really just kind of think about it. Think about it a little bit more. Take a pause, before you automatically say, yes, I can do that. I'll be there. And understand that, what you do is not who you are, and that'll tie into corporate culture too when we get there.
And we're going to be talking about, as we're saying, we're talking about what we're going to be talking today about.
Yeah.
How to put up boundaries, healthy boundaries, how to regulate those boundaries so you can like yourself.
Yeah, and you can ask yourself things like, would that person still love me if I could do nothing for them?
Also, we're going to be given tools of how to kind of put the brakes on your mind and on your body, and how to recognize it in your body if you are that individual, if you're being caring or you're being a people pleaser because you're coming more from a state of fear than a state of caring.
Yes, and that I mean, we can even get into that now if you'd like to. That harkens with childhood adaptation.
I like harkens.
Yeah, I like that word. It's a good word, yeah. It's more fun to say than that relates to, but they mean the same thing. But yes, that harkens to childhood adaptation, right? Where the question that you asked before, right, was like, when did you first learn that keeping people happy was safer than being honest? I think a lot of us first learned that, in childhood. I mean, you can just think about, like, if you ever got in trouble, was it safer to make up something so you didn't get in as much trouble, or was it safe to say the truth of what you did or what happened? As a child, we're going to push boundaries and make mistakes, but I know when I was little, especially with my grandmother, if you did something not so good and she found out about it, she was going to be upset at you. But if you lied about it or you tried to cover it up, then you were double in trouble. It was beyond the first thing that you did. And so that's a good example in this scenario of learning quickly, at least with her, that it was better to just come out and say what happened and not make up a story.
Yeah, for myself, my father was, I would say, the catalyst of me wanting to be a people pleaser as well. But he always, he was a Marine. And if you understand the high intensity a Marine can be, if you can see me on Facebook, you'll notice I always sit up straight.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I always had a knuckle in my back saying, sit up straight.
He has incredible posture, but
my father would always say, why did you do that? And that's actually one of the tools I use in my therapy is I never ask my clients why.
Yeah.
Why invites excuses in my book.
Yes, it does. It creates I got to come up with why.
Yeah, I have to come up with a why. Yeah. So I have a rhyme, whys creates lies. Mm-hmm. And I try to stay away from any type of why question. So I will ask what, I'll ask how, where, when.
Yeah, what, in this scenario, like, for example, if you were somebody who maybe, smokes cigarettes and you want to quit, we'll just use that as an example. So the question would be, what is this cigarette giving me at this moment, right?
I'll give you the process.
Yeah.
What will give you the process?
Right. What is my body telling me, right? What is the signal? What is the signal that I'm getting? It's not a command, it's a signal. So what is my body telling me? And then, of course, like you mentioned, then you get into how, right? How can I meet this need in another way? How can I get my nervous system to ramp down, to know that I'm safe?
And they'll give you the process and purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we're looking for, is how we're getting into that feeling.
Exactly, precisely. And some of the how we can help you get to by utilizing tools like hypnotherapy and clinical sound therapy, because we can get you to a more relaxed state where you can look at that instance, that behavior, that pattern in a more relaxed way, and then you can make the shift or the change that you want.
And one of those things you might hear, we say a more relaxed way, or calming your nervous system down. Mm-hmm. Realize nothing heals. Nothing heals in this state of stress.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has to get into a relaxed state or a calm state so it can start healing. Cleanup happens in sometimes a stress state. Mm-hmm. But really, when we're talking about the mind, talking about the body, like let's use a broken leg for instance. You break a leg, you need to put it in a cast. You need to put it in a state of immobility, a state of rest, so it can heal.
Yeah.
And we have to do that same with your mind or the process that you're going through or what's happening to you. Right. If you're constantly going over the negative stuff, it's not going to help you make a shift.
Yeah. And this is Hypno Life. I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
And I'm Dr. William Deihl from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center. You can reach us at 602-314-1907
or dochypnosis.com. And we'll be back in a few with more information on the people-pleasing trap.
You're listening to us on 1100 KFNX, the Pulse of Arizona. Oh my God.
Take a breath.
I need to breathe.
Mhm.
That was good though. That was some.
No, I'm excited.
That one actually flowed really nice.
I
like
feel
that
good. You know, hey, hopefully you
I
guys
feel
do too,
good.
and you feel like
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
feel free to.
Thank you for the elbow.
Feel free, yeah, I'm like, I'll elbow you because I'm talking. I'm like, share with us,
So
you know,
nice.
share with us
So
your
nice.
feedback and comments. If there are topics that you'd like to see or like to hear us talk about, we're always happy for the suggestions. You know, I mean, we can say it a little bit too on the air, but we appreciate all the replies that we get and all the interaction that we have with our fans all over the world.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was reading and
Just
I was just going. The next
Just
question.
go. You're fine. You're fine. Just be you. Don't worry about it. Disappointing someone.
Gotcha.
Yes, that one. But even more than that, here, this one's so valuable.
I think that because we're going to
The
talk about the
corporation,
healing and
the
everything.
corporate environment.
You want to talk about that in the next segment?
Corporate environment.
Corporate
Yes,
environment?
yes, because some
we,
of that.
we kind of slip into that naturally.
Yeah, well, exactly.
In the corporate environment.
Yes, because some of those patterns are reinforced in that environment.
Oh my God, yes, they do.
Because
Well,
it's to the benefit of the corporation or
things
the
are coming
company.
together. God, this is going to be fun. So we're going to do this one?
Yes, and we'll talk about
As
yes.
she's
Like,
now
boom.
slamming things
That's right.
on.
Yes, I meant yes.
She is so violent. She scares me.
I'm not violent. I'm ginger.
As she kicks me under the table.
That's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
No, not really.
She just slipped me a note threatening my life. No, she did not.
Oh my
Got
God.
one more minute before we get
Wow.
started. It
We'll
did
cut
not
that
happen.
part out, 'cause,
Did
yeah.
not happen. We're not editing that out. We're keeping it all in. This is true stuff that we're sharing today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I said, how long is that? That's long.
It's only 3 minutes.
Why is that?
This is that's
I got
the
it.
news
Yeah,
break.
yeah, it
and
comes,
we go
come
national
back.
at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
That's what's not on here is when we come back.
No, it's 3 minute spots.
I get it.
So we have to do the math.
Ah.
Math is good.
He's in a mood today, guys.
I'm in a mood.
This is what I get for doing
5
fun
cups
things
of
with
coffee.
him for his birthday. Then the next
Getting
day,
rid of
the next
foggy
day,
brain.
the next day he's a little.
My brain is an Etch-a-Sketch today. I have no idea what I said the first segment.
You
I
can
might
reset
repeat
it.
myself.
Stop.
One more second, or 1 more minute.
Okay.
Oh, he's pointing to the thing. I have no idea
No
what
more
he means by
coffee
that.
and 5-hour energy for you.
Doing everything. Thank God we found that crack guy.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. Hey, welcome back.
And we're back on air. This
We
is
are.
Hypno Life.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
And I'm Dr. William Deihl, and we're from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center.
Yeah.
You can reach us at 602-314-1907 or dochypnosis.com.
That's right.
Let's start off this segment with another
We
question.
have another question
Yeah.
for you. And this one dovetails into corporate environments and the, what can we say? The people-pleasing, just natural state that people fall into in a corporate environment. And the question is, are you wanting to read it? Is that what you're talking?
I am dyslexic, and there
He's
is
like,
moments where I like
I'm
to go over it a couple
sorry.
of times.
He's like, this is my question. Please
who,
go ahead.
Who would you become if you no longer had to earn your worth by pleasing everybody else?
Exactly.
Whew, that sounds corporate by itself.
It does.
You're
No.
earning your worth.
Yeah, you're earning it. Like, don't you already have it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? Don't we already have it? I mean, that's a good question, right? We were talking a little bit before the break on, would that person still love me if I could do nothing for them, right? Well, in this scenario, if you pull in a corporate or a work culture, the reason that can become so, gosh, can we even say toxic? I mean, sometimes, yeah, it really can be, is because work environments are okay using those dynamics that best serve them to be able to continue to make a profit. I mean, at the bottom line, that's really what they're doing. So if you are the kind of person that says yes all the time, you stay up late, you pull in the extra hours, you know, you're willing to make do with a smaller team, you know, all those things that companies rely on, they're not probably going to dissuade you from doing that.
And it starts in childhood. And a lot of times it's people pleasing is often the habit of creating comfort in others at the expense of the honesty to yourself. And really the honesty, you know, sometimes we've thrown ourselves into work or into our families or into pleasing other people. We lose ourselves.
Yes.
We have people coming in all the time talking about, I don't know who I am.
Yeah, I don't know who I am anymore. Like I lost my job, XYZ, the company downsized, you know, I'm not in my relationship anymore, or, you know, I may have lost my partner, you know, and those are all very, very difficult upheavals, you know, in your life, and things that can be just much harder to navigate. But at the end of the day, I think I told a client just this last week, you know, our job is, you know, our job or our profession or our education, any of those things, it's basically like wearing a really nice coat. You know, you may really like that coat. You may look dang awesome in that coat.
I always look dang
you know,
awesome.
You do. But at the end of the day, it's a coat, right? You are perfectly permitted to take it off and put it down, and it doesn't all of a sudden make you less valuable. You don't all of a sudden disappear just because you're not, you know, lead engineer at Raytheon or something, right? I mean, that may have been something you did, and you may have been very, very good at it, but what you do is not who you are.
Yeah, your self-worth should not come from the position you hold or what you're doing. You know, and early in the last segment, you made a comment of trying to understand the difference of being a kind person or a person that has people-pleasing. So let's talk about a simple way of looking at this. A kind saying would be saying, I want to help.
Yes.
A people-pleasing statement with, I have to help, or something bad might happen.
Yes.
That's working in the background.
Yes.
And the same thing, I think that's where the corporate environment uses it, and I'm going to throw in a curveball, Dr. Couldry, that's where a lot of narcissistic relationships use that. A narcissist uses and finds, well, they call them empaths, but also sometimes a person that is in a people pleasing loop. I almost went Porky Pig on that one. but that's all, folks.
No, I mean, it's fine. I think you make a very important point that having a great deal of empathy, respect, and caring toward other people is not a bad thing at its core, but you also need to protect your core, right? The person that you are, your essential needs, and a good partner, whether it be a work environment, a friend, or, you know, a romantic partner, a good partner will want to lift you up. They will want to help you with your goals, right? It can be a mutually beneficial arrangement, like for a company, right? They love it when you perform really well at a high level. Of course they do, right? It makes the company look good. A lot of work is getting done. That's awesome. But in the same breath, you also hope that they would be there for you. Like if you have, for example, a medical need and you have to be out for a little bit, is your company the kind that would be supportive? You know, will they be there for you? Will they hold space for you? A lot of times nowadays, the answer isn't always yes, and that can be also identity shaking when you thought, this company has my back. You know, I've given them, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years of my, you know, my life, my effort, my energy, my love, and then, you know, at the end of the day, when you need them to show up for you, the answer is, oh, well, we have someone else starting next week.
And for myself, you know, kind of bringing into it, I have clients that I work with sometimes that are coming from family businesses. I actually come from a family business, so I understand that process. Not the family business of where people know that I'm a third generation hypnotist. I'm talking about a family business that my father created. It had nothing to do with hypnotherapy, but it was something that I got stuck into okay, I have to do this for my family. I have to protect my family. I had to do that. And then it was the corporate world where I gave up a lot of things to be there. And a lot of my clients give up who they are and what they be. So when they do retire, or they get fired, or they decide to move on, there's such fear attached to it.
Gosh, yeah.
Or
Trepidation.
there's such a loss, or they finally, after working there 25, 30, 40, 40 years, they finally get home and they have no idea what to do.
Right, or who am I? Like, what do I like? What do I do during the day if it's not, regimented by XYZ Corporation, You brought up something that I thought would be really great to share with our listeners, if you don't mind explaining it for them. I think you coined the term, the like me meter.
Yes, the like me meter is great. It's based on boundaries, and one of the key things of getting yourself out of the people pleasing and into taking care of yourself too is actually setting up boundaries. And boundaries are not lines in the sand, guys.
They're not walls.
They're dotted lines, if you want to look at it that way, or they're flexible.
Right, a door with a handle. Right?
Yeah, you want to be able to go both ways. So I kind of picture in my mind a line. I use it with my clients. I'll actually hold up a pen, and I'll move the pen back and forth. So when I don't like myself, it goes in one direction. And if I do like myself, it goes into another direction. So let's say you're with a partner and they want to go do something. Well, you want to do it with them because you love them, okay? Yeah. But it's something you hate doing. Yeah. And what do we do? Okay, fine. And by just caving in, all of a sudden we build resentment. That's not healthy for a relationship. Yeah. So the like me meter is saying, well, if I do this, I hate this, so I'm in the dislike area. But you know what? If I do it for an hour,
it's fine, right?
It's fine.
Yeah. And remember last week when he helped me, scoop the yard, or he did the dishes for me, or there's these things that you give and take and you trade.
Yeah, you start trading. So you're actually in your head negotiating, saying, okay, this is a good spot where if we go for an hour or an hour and a half, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to still like me, but I'm doing something that makes my partner happy. So, and that's true with everything. With work, oh, can you give up Saturday and Sunday for free to do something? Yeah. I had companies do that to me.
I've been asked.
And it was like, I'm not going to like this. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do Saturday and Sunday. I want to be there and be a team player with spunky attitude. Yeah. But I can do Saturday only. You do need a day of rest. Even God said you needed a day of rest. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Well, and you need time to recharge and to focus on the other things in your life that are important besides just work, or just, I don't know, you're just going to school, or just doing finals, or just doing studying. You still have to have a break and maybe take an afternoon and go to Sedona and look at the trees, or I don't know, go to the park, with your dog.
My son goes for hikes. And God, I wish I did that more. Well, we're going to, this is the Hypno Life.
That's right. I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
And I'm Dr. William Deihl from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center.
You can reach us at 602-314-1907.
Or go to dochypnosis.com. We'll be right back. This is 1100 KFNX, the Pulse of Arizona. Whew, that was close. We have, I want to do those phrases of what you can do to help pause. Tools. Yes. I want to give them tools. I think the happy meter. I want to.
I like. That's what I'm
saying.
That's a good
meter.
One.
Yeah, no, that was a good segue.
I
That's
think
good.
Too, it's important to, and for the folks that are online, you get this. Sometimes on the radio we run out of time because obviously we have sponsor things in between the topics that we can share. But the really important thing for the like me meter, for me, when he first explained it to me, was just the thought of that it really brings you back into that equation and back into that decision of, can I do that thing? And it's okay to kind of shift a little, but then you got to come back. So you got to do something else to restore that meter, right?
some
Yeah,
balance.
and sometimes it's okay to do the thing for someone maybe you don't want to. You know, maybe you got to pick up your friend from the airport at like 3 a.m. and you're like, why didn't you just get an Uber? But you're a good person, so you haven't seen your friend in a while, so you go and you do it, you know. And then maybe you guys have breakfast, and it ends up being oh, this was a pain, but oh, I got to see them. So it kind of evens out.
Yes, I love that saying. I actually got this thanks to Joe Vitale. I met and was able to meet Dr. Hu Lin. He was the founder of self-identity through Ho'oponopono. And he always said this comment: you ever notice that when you have a problem, you're there? And I'm like,
You're always there?
Oh my God, you're always there. Yes, I do notice that. But that's where I come up with your equation.
Yeah.
If you are not in the equation, you're not coming up with the right answer.
Yeah,
because
you're not doing the math right.
Your math is not right. You're missing a number.
Right, you're an important variable.
Yeah, so
I agree.
definitely important.
I agree.
Which question you want to do after the segment? What part of you believes that having boundaries might cost you love, approval, and
That one's
connection?
okay. Where's the other? What's the second one?
How
The
often-
yes,
Yeah.
to avoid these things. But some of this ties, we have to include too that some of this ties into like the psychological safety.
10 minutes, okay?
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
That
problem.
sound good, man.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
The fear of conflict, like here, because it wasn't safe,
So you want to do
right?
this one?
Because you
To
were,
avoid-
if you,
yeah, then we'll
yeah.
do this one.
Well,
Then we can go right here.
Yes, no, yes, but yes, that's fine. Whatever.
Would that work?
Yes, that's fine.
She's getting
They're two
frustrated.
separate things, and sometimes he makes me just ooh. But they're both important, so it's fine. It's more me getting frustrated because I want to share the information, not frustrated. at
We
you.
have so much to give. We have so much. We've been putting notes together
Yes,
all week.
Yeah.
And we've been going back and forth, getting some stats.
Oh my gosh, you guys should see us in the office. You would laugh because we really do try to compare. We try to compare notes and strategies and just ways to really help. At the end of the day, you know, we can talk about this on air too in a little bit. At the end of the day, whatever works for you is what we want to do. We are not here to stick you in a box.
That's right. Let's start off that way.
I think so.
Yeah. Do the question. Start off with it.
I'll start.
You start.
We'll go.
Okay. We're just going to go. Oh my God! I'm just going to hang on.
That's how it is. That's funny.
Well, the weather's coming up. That means
Here we go.
we're gonna come
We're
back
next.
shortly.
We're next. We're after the weather. And they always say, in Arizona, it's hot. It's sunny and hot.
Yeah, that's Arizona every day.
If you're
Sunny,
not-
hot.
Yeah, if you're not sure,
Hot,
it's
sunny.
gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be sunny and hot.
Rinse, repeat.
And in the summertime,
Repeat,
it's gonna be
rinse.
sunny and damn hot.
Yeah, damn hot. Summer.
What were we gonna ask? Oh yeah.
94
I know,
went
I
up
know.
3 degrees
I know
since
what
we
we're gonna
started.
say. I know what we're gonna say. I got it. Yeah, that thing first, and then I jump in. Is that cool?
Yes, 100%. We're back.
Hey, we are back. We're so glad you're here today. This is such an important topic, people pleasing and the trap that you can get into. This is Hypno Life,
I'm Dr. William Deihl.
and I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center.
You can reach us at 602-314-1907 or dochypnosis.com.
Yes, and while we were away on break, we were still talking because, you know, I don't think we ever stop, but in a good way. We were talking about in our
You'll never catch me saying that. She never stops talking. Nope, never will say that.
Whatever. What we were talking about, honored person here, is that when you come into our wellness center, Dr. Deihl and I, we are always sharing notes with each other and ideas and brainstorming. I mean, much like you see on our show if you watch us live or if you listen to us, we are always thinking of ways that we can explain things or share ideas with each other and just help build better processes to support our clients. But at the end of the day, what's most important to us is that we do not care if you fit in a box. Like I'm not walking in the door trying to make sure, are you green, are you pink, do you like fish? It doesn't, we don't work that way.
You're going to get me on my soapbox. I don't like labels, so
yeah,
yes.
I know you don't, I know. But that's the important thing, right? We aren't labels, just like we aren't that job. I mentioned, wearing that coat, right? that's not who we are. It's one small fraction of maybe our personality or something that we're going through. But at the end of the day, what we are looking for is to help you find that shift toward the life you want, toward the change that you're looking for. Maybe
that's really our jobs.
Yeah.
Not to do hypnosis, not to do just clinical sound therapy or
Yeah.
IEMT
or EMDR, yeah.
or anything else. We're here to help you make a shift. And for us, oh my God, it's one of those things that I love working with individuals
I do too.
And we're talking about the people-pleasing trap, and that's a label by itself.
Yeah.
It's a label, not a sentence for life.
No, exactly.
And some people go and will say, "Oh, I'm just a people pleaser."
I do that all the time, yeah.
And that doesn't mean you have to be a people pleaser all your life. There's
No.
ways of recognizing this,
There
and
are.
that's
And it ties into a lot of different things. One of the things we wanted to highlight was that some of these behavior patterns that we have in adult life come from our childhood and adaptations that we have developed just to be able to, survive. And once you realize that this is something that comes from that environment, then you have the ability and the capability to change it. You're not just kind of moving on autopilot. You understand that, if you grew up around anger and criticism or outbursts, emotional outbursts, addiction, instability, any of those things, that you have learned to scan your environment, to scan that room for danger. That is part of your nervous system protecting you. So once you know, my words are coming to get me, but once you know that that's something that you do by default, then you can just be aware of it enough that you can take a breath and take a pause before you react, before you say yes, right?
Yes, we're going to give some tools at the next break of how to do that. But you said it, as soon as you're aware, I always use this a statement to my clients. I say, well, it's like the old G.I. Joe cartoon. Knowing is half the battle. So we're halfway there just by you identifying it.
Yes.
And then there's some simple things we could do to start diffusing that
Yeah.
in your body, in your mind.
Yes.
And one way is asking yourself questions like, am I saying yes for love or fear?
Oh my goodness, yes. And am I only saying yes to this thing for someone out of, a misguided obligation or a duty or,
you feel trapped.
Yeah, like you have no choice. That is what you have to do because, I don't know, well, why? I mean, do I have to? I mean, it doesn't mean you don't care about that person, but at the end of the day, do I have to sacrifice my own well-being, my own, sanity even for someone else?
And if you are you going to resent it later? That's going to hurt the relationship more in the long run than saying, hey, I don't want to do this.
Right, just be honest.
Or using the happy meter or a like me meter that we talked about. And if you haven't seen that, you can actually go check us out on Monday. We upload this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can re-listen to the show.
Oh yeah, just in case you missed a piece of it. But yeah, the like me meter I think is super valuable too because it puts you back in the equation.
Yeah.
And you should be part of it. It's just like when I meet with my clients and they talk about all the people that they're worried about and all the things that they're taking care of and all the stresses they have in life. And then I look at my client, and I say, and where are you on that list? And they blink and they look at me.
Well, that goes back what we were doing on the break. We're talking about, I had a chance to work with Dr. Hu Lin, and Dr. Hu Lin was featured in a book called Zero Limits. And he actually founded a thing called self-identity through Ho'oponopono. But he always had a comment. He goes, have you ever noticed when there's a problem, you're always there?
That's so awful. It's funny though.
But it's true. But
Yeah.
a lot of times people don't put themselves into the equation. So if you
Right.
don't put
Yeah.
the right numbers into the equation, what happens?
Right, you're a variable that counts in that,
Yeah,
right?
so you have to put yourself back in.
Yes.
And these questions like, am I afraid they will be upset if I tell the truth?
Oh, goodness.
Oh my God, the truth shall set you free. You
Yeah.
need to tell the truth.
Oh, that's hard, right?
Oh
too.
my
When
God,
we
it's
talked
scary
about,
sometimes.
Well, and we also our last episode last week was about loneliness, and one of the things there was that it wasn't just a lack of like being around people, right? It was the lack of being able to share, what you really needed inside. And that takes a great deal of bravery, especially if you have one of those childhood adaptations where it was never safe, right? So you learned it's not safe to say really what I need, especially if it might be something that's different than what the other person does. And that takes courage. But I would encourage you to do that. With a really good supportive partner, they're going to listen to you. They're going to want to know, because then they can help you move toward a safer just kind of way of being, so that you don't have to feel that resentment building or just feeling lost or overwhelmed because you think something has to only be a certain way, where if you just spoke to your partner about it, maybe that's not true.
Or even speaking to yourself,
Yeah,
taking yourself and putting
exactly.
yourself into the friendship position. Listening to
Yeah.
yourself as a friend and saying, would I want someone I love to treat myself this way?
Exactly, and he's got on his paper here, I was pointing at it because this is so valuable right here, this little statement. It just says, people pleasers are often kinder to everyone else than they are to themselves.
So you need to take a step back and make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, in that regard too, you are just as valuable as your loved ones, as your friends. You are unique and beautiful and wonderful too, and learning that and really believing that about yourself is worth the time.
And I can say that a lot of times we talked about companies, but I also know, and I work with some great executives, even billionaires, and I find that they sometimes put themselves last.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I remember I was working with this multi-millionaire. He was sitting in my chair. I put him into a wonderful state of hypnosis, did some therapy with him, and he didn't get upset during the session. It was after the session he broke down. He says, I've never thought I could ever relax.
Yeah.
And oh my
Ouch.
God.
Yeah.
You might have a boss that does that. Recognizing that too, of saying, hey guy, take a break, or gal, sorry.
No, yeah, exactly, right? CEOs, I mean, we're ruling the world too, let me tell you. But at the end of the day, that ties into this phrase that I just came up with over breakfast, and I'm like, you are more than the role that other people expect you to play.
I like that.
That's huge, and that calls into play the person you're talking about, like the CEO, or the head of whatever company, or the head of the department, or whatever you are, right? You are more than the role that other people expect you to play, and that ties into the symbolism with the coat, right?
Right.
You can take it off and put it down. You're still freaking amazing and valuable, and people, they see that in you.
I think it's the radio, the how people look at things. And I said radio.
I know, I was like, what a radio
society
sign.
itself.
Yeah.
It's society itself. We always say, "What do you do? What do you do?"
Oh,
that's a
that's a Western culture, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
Western culture thing.
Yeah.
Really, it's who you are.
Yeah, in France, that's really rude to ask somebody what you do. It's like, what do you mean, what do I do? That's just my job.
Yeah, what we do does not make us. It does not define us.
Yeah,
Us
it's
as
one
human
small.
beings.
Yeah, it's one small piece of who you are, and it's perfectly fine to take pride in what you do. I think that's a beautiful thing too, but don't let it take everything that is you.
Yeah, because you're priceless. I always say that God doesn't make junk, so if He doesn't make junk and there's only one of you, you're already perfect. So embrace that perfection.
Yeah, exactly.
After the break, we're going to give some tools, but this is Hypno Life,
I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
and I'm Dr. William Deihl from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center. You can reach us at 602-314-1907 or go to dochypnosis.com. You're listening to us on 1100 KFNX, the Pulse of Arizona.
always ready.
Life is radio, so actually life is French radio. So, you're right there, man.
Life is radio.
You're just scratching the surface. You're scratching it, man.
That's fabulous. I love that. Chet just came in from the booth to tell us, life is radio, which makes a lot of sense because he's on the radio. And he's being sweet, and he's running the board for us today. So thank you, Chet.
He works with Shoeshine Mike.
That's right. The second
co-host.
part of Shoeshine Mike's show, right?
Yeah,
or their show together. Yeah.
Ah.
Good people. Good people.
I love to give these.
I'm just looking at you giving the eyeball because I was like, I was going to say something, but you just go, and I'm like, okay, you just go.
What am I talking?
Before we go on break,
Well,
I think you
the
feel
music
like.
was coming on.
I know, you were perfect. I think you feel like you have to fill every second, and I was happy to give a second.
Okay.
But there was no second left.
The
The seconds are gone.
The seconds are gone. I love to
That's
do.
okay, though. They were good
give
seconds.
practical tools to breaking the people-pleasing pattern.
Yes.
There's only
yes,
about
yes.
5 of them, so I'd
Yes.
like to do that.
Yes.
But
No, that's perfect. I love that. And also including in there, I think it's perfectly legitimate to say, I greatly appreciate the opportunity, but I cannot at this point, with my other obligations, give that the time and energy it would deserve to do that really well.
Right.
And I've had to, as and we can talk about this too, but like as a performer, it is so hard to turn down an opportunity. If you have an opportunity to perform, to sing, or be in a production, to do something you really love, that can make that a lot harder. But it's perfectly okay and highly recommended, if you cannot do it, to just be honest and say, I'm sorry, at this point,
Yeah.
I just can't. The respectful no. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you don't have to go into great detail. You don't have to be like, I'm sorry, I can't do that because I have to go shopping and I have to wash my dog and I have to go. No, no is perfectly fine. That's the end. It can just be no.
What is that song? Who does it?
that's different. That's for dating, but yeah.
But I still love that song.
That's Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor.
It's just no. My name is no. My number is no.
Oh my God, I love that song. Just hearing it, I think more people, instead of the yes man, we need to start doing the no.
Be the
no
no
people.
Be the no woman.
No, what? I
Or the
can't
no
say
man.
no.
Or the no man.
The no man, we just walk around all the time.
Well,
no man.
No man.
No. No. Oh my God. Got one more segment to go, guys. It's going to be fun. We have some good tools coming up.
Yeah.
I think we've given some great information today.
Yay.
I'm really
Good.
enjoying today.
I'm glad.
Thank God my brain is an Etch-a-Sketch.
Just
I
remind
still
me
am
not to give him so much
I'm gonna
coffee.
wrap it up. We're going to get started shortly.
Yeah. Just remind me not to give him coffee and 5 energy.
I'm going to do it more often.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God. We're coming back. Yay.
Oh, we're in the home stretch.
Welcome back, everybody.
This is Hypno Life. I'm Dr. William Deihl
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry.
from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center. You can reach us at 602-314-1907.
Or dochypnosis.com.
My goodness, a lot of good stuff that we've been sharing today, and you might be thinking to yourself, am I the only one that has do people pleasing?
No, my
Actually,
goodness.
it's way up there.
Yeah, the statistics. I'm trying
in
to find
the
them.
90s,
Yeah,
actually,
it's pretty
everybody
high.
has had a level of people pleasing in their
Yes.
life. It's okay.
Here it is.
It's normal.
71% of U.S. adults said that they very often or somewhat often go to great lengths to avoid conflict.
All right, 90, 70.
That's high. No, that's high though.
That is
Look at
high.
49% of Americans said they would describe themselves as people pleasers, and women were more likely than men to say this, at a 56% to 42% ratio. It's just something to
Wow.
know. Yeah.
So we want to give everybody some tools. We want to give you some tools that can help start breaking this pattern. You might need to come and see us. We're here for you
Yes.
to help you get past these hurdles, these humps. Or if we can't help you, we might be able to direct you. Because we
Yes.
love being a resource.
We do.
We're not here just to work with people. We're here to help people find help.
Yeah, and to find other people that help, and we share information often. We also work in collaboration with psychiatrists and psychologists and other medical
All the time.
professionals. Yeah, so we certainly do not believe that hypnotherapy or clinical sound therapy can replace other forms of cognitive behavioral therapy or other medical interventions that folks need. But we are more than happy to work together with those professionals.
The old saying, teamwork makes the dream work. We can help you reach your dreams by doing some teamwork.
I agree, definitely.
So let's talk some practical tools. Tool number 1, the pause.
Oh, yes. Take a moment to think about it.
Yeah. Do not answer immediately. Just say, let me check my schedule.
Oh man, there's a reason that they joke around sometimes in a corporate environment, but that before you reply to an email, you ought to sleep on it.
Yeah, let my fax machine get back to your fax machine.
Right? I'll have my people look for your people. Wait, what?
Let me think about that.
I like that one.
I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you, yeah. And we also get to the point where I think a little further on that paper you start talking about the respectful decline, right? How to say
Respectful no.
Yeah, how to say no,
That's
without
tool
necessarily.
number 4. We're jumping all around, but that's good. Let's do it.
You can handle it. I believe in you. How to again, that's my respectful no there. How you can decline an offer without necessarily burning a bridge, right? It's perfectly okay to say, I really appreciate this opportunity, but at this time, I cannot give that project the time and energy that it warrants to be able to make it successful.
Yeah, I can't commit to it.
Yeah, I care too much about that project, that play, that opera that you're wanting to put on to come in and not be able to give it my full attention.
You can say, this does not work for me. That's an easy way to do
Simple.
a respectful no.
Yeah.
Another one is, I'm not available.
Yeah.
You don't have to justify
No.
if you're not available.
No, and you don't have to say why. You don't have to tell them. That's the other thing, right? I think, also in a corporate environment, sometimes you feel like obligated to give more information. You don't have to. It can just be, I'm not feeling well today.
Yeah.
That's the end of it,
I care about the company, but I can't take that on.
Yeah, I can't take that on right now. Or my favorite one that actually is super helpful when you have a lot on your plate is to say, ooh, I'm happy to make that a priority, but can you let me know where that falls in this list of other priorities? Which 5 do you want me to focus on, right? If you've got 20, there's no way you can do all 20, or it can be, do you want me to equally divide my time between these 20 things?
So we've done 2 tools. Now here's another tool. This one is the body vote.
Ooh, a body vote.
The body vote.
I like this.
Before you say yes, you ask yourself, do I feel open or tight?
That's listening to your
Literally,
nervous system.
you can actually feel sometimes your body tighten up with an answer.
Yes. Oh gosh, at least for me too, I can feel it in my chest, right? You almost kind of start caving in a little bit because you're like, oh, I really don't want to do that.
And that's another body check is, do I feel willing or obligated?
Right, there we go.
Oh my God, they have a thumb on me. I have to do this or I'll never get a promotion.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I don't show up, if I'm not constantly available, they'll never promote me.
And another body check is, do you feel peaceful or pressured?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Her mind's going. I can
It's
see her.
it's
It's
definitely-
clicking away.
Yeah, it's food for thought. Not to jump all over again on you, but there was another thing too that I thought was really fun. I want to make sure to get in.
Oh, please.
It talked about assertiveness training, and I don't think I
Oh
ever.
my God, a lot of people. It's
never,
a powerful tool.
I never would have thought about it this way. I mean, I've seen the classes for like imposter syndrome and how women should be more confident, and usually it's aimed at women, and sometimes I find that really, really aggravating. I appreciate that people are trying to help elevate people. That's great, but sometimes I think that it can be a sort of an inverse kind of insult or a backhanded compliment, and I'm like, come on now. I do like assertiveness training, though. It says that assertiveness training here, it was evidence as a useful intervention for stress and anxiety and depression. In a 2024 study, it found that weekly assertiveness training significantly improved stress, anxiety, and depression among college students. That's huge.
Yeah, assertive training is a powerful tool. I use it sometimes. I talk to individuals how to use what's called I statements, or sometimes role playing can be a form of assertive training.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
and there's many different things.
Different ways you can do it. They also talk about clinical psychology review. It described assertiveness training as forgotten evidence-based treatment, right? There's a reported positive overall finding showing that assertiveness-related social skills training can be as effective to other psychotherapy approaches for depression and social anxiety.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, I'm like, whoa. I mean, I looked at him like, dramatic pause, but you can't see that on the radio. But yeah, there's a lot there. We don't have enough time to unpack all of it, but one really important, strong one-liner that I like to use for myself when I'm thinking about, is this a decision that, you know, that I should be making, or do I have to do this thing, right? Is that someone else's discomfort is not proof that I did something wrong.
And that's where it comes to the next tool. Is it a clean yes?
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Is it a clean yes? And a clean yes is you want to do it.
Right. Yeah. You feel good about it. You're like, yeah, I want to do that. That'd be great. I'm happy to show up. You know,
yeah.
I'll be there for you.
I can do it because you have the time.
Right. Yeah.
You're not giving up something.
I can. I will, and I'd like to.
You're not causing any sacrifice. You're not causing any resentment.
Right.
That's a clean yes. Or you're not doing it to avoid fear.
Right.
Those are some big things.
And when you guys look at this, you know, later on, if you want to look a little bit deeper into some of the studies and the research out there, the childhood adaptation piece, we were only able to kind of
touch on
skirt
it.
the
There's
surface.
so much on it.
There's a lot there that
and we work with a lot of clients with it.
We do, and I think all of us, to some extent, I think Chase Hughes has said this, and some of the other guys on the behavioral panel, you know, that we're basically all just 2-year-olds running around. You know, we still have those same, you know, the scars and, you know, just experiences and things that shape our worldview from when we were little.
The last tool, I just want to make sure we get to the 5 tools I promised,
Yes.
was the last tool is stop over-explaining.
Oh God, yes, please.
You know, it's your life. It's
Yeah,
my life.
it's my life. Yeah, I tell my clients, you know, you are a grown woman or you are a grown man. You know, you make that decision. Nobody else.
You know, it's a part of, when we never even touched on this, it's part of what's called fawning. You know, you have freeze, you have fight, you have flee,
And fight, yeah.
and then you have fawning. My tongue is not working. I had a birthday party yesterday for
Fawning.
myself, and my tongue has not worked all day today.
You're fine. Yes, fawning, right? So what is it that is shaping that response to that request from someone, right? And I think taking that moment, that deep breath to think before you reply, that I think is one of the most valuable things we could share today.
Yeah, a deep breath is very powerful. This is Hypno Life. I'm Dr. William Deihl.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry from the Doc Hypnosis Wellness Center. You can reach us at 602-314-1907.
Or go to dochypnosis.com. Next week we are going to talk about phobias and fears and help you get past those phobias and fears and give you some great tools. So I hope you guys can actually join us then too to talk about that for next week. So once again, this is Hypno Life. I'm Dr. William Deihl.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Couldry. We're so glad that you joined us today. We look forward to visiting with you every Saturday.
You're listening to us on 1100 KFNX, the pulse of Arizona.